Want to hear stories about joining the Mile High Club? Have you ever been on a hotel shuttle that the ride was scarier than the flight you just got off? Have you ever flown into a hurricane? All this and more next on Cabin Pressure with Sean and G.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure. Man, it has been a crazy couple weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is some crazy events that have been happening lately.
We've just went through 2 different hurricanes.
Yeah, crazy, destructive hurricanes. I mean, this whole season's been just out of control.
But you know, the one thing about it is we either fly over them, sometimes through them, right?
Right.
First one, we actually were flying together.
Oh, yeah. We were actually flying with my wife.
She was actually flying us.
Yeah, she was flying us. She's a captain here on a 737.
Yeah, and everybody else basically canceled, and she found a seam, and we flew right through it.
Yeah, and the wonderful thing about that day was that we were the only flight that went released from where we were at.
And we slid right between the cracks, and it was actually a really smooth flight.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know there was a storm.
Yeah, she's an incredible pilot.
Yeah.
But we flew right in. We landed, picked everybody else up. We weren't even late getting out of there. We actually left on time.
Yeah, I mean, the only delay or the only infraction to our normal schedule was that we just had it was added time on the way back because we had to go around the storm coming back.
That's not normally the way it is, though. Usually we're going to catch a lot of turbulence.
Yeah, totally. And like all this turbulence, we were anticipating like being thrown around, top of descent. We were actually long before that. We sat down like about, I think it was close to an hour before we even got down because we were circling before we were trying to get into where we were going.
Yeah, because, they had no other planes that were actually flying. We were the only ones out there, so there was no reports out there of what the turbulence was like.
Yeah, it's always fun being the guinea pig.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely were the guinea pig that day.
The lab rat. Yeah, we were that guinea pig lab rat that day.
But we were in the best hands we could have been. Like I said, she is an incredible pilot. Been flying with her for many years. And next hurricane, Milton. That was crazy.
Oh man, Milton. I didn't get to experience that my own self because I've been taking some time off here. But I know you flew through it. Flew all around it, and how did it impact you?
First of all, everything canceled, right? Everything canceled except me. Well, I actually canceled. My flight canceled on the side that I was on because I was on the Orlando side.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm going home, right? I'm on my way home. There's nothing else you can do. Nope.
Yep.
Reassignment. Reassignment.
Man, the airlines always love to like pick on us.
Well, and then also it's your seniority too. So we bid certain trips. So this trip was just a basic turn. Wasn't a turn after that.
What happened?
Nope. End up getting reassigned. And you know where I went? Other side of Florida.
Oh no.
Yeah, I went to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So here it is. I'm canceled on one side.
The original destination was
Orlando. Yeah, and everything's canceled there. The Tampa and Orlando, everything was canceled.
Yeah.
So they pre-canceled everything. They normally do just to protect the passengers, planes, everything. So I turn around and I get reassigned to Fort Lauderdale. And at first you're like, man, that really kind of sucks. But hey, listen, that's what we do. What we signed up for, that's our job. We got to go where we got to go.
Been there, done that. It's from check-in to check-out, they got us.
Absolutely. So then get on a plane, head down to Fort Lauderdale, flying right over the hurricane, looking down at it's pretty awesome. And then you see this big light area, and there's a Fort Lauderdale, not a cloud in the sky.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I mean, like that place had never seen anything.
Yeah, it was like was it in one of those bands, you know, how like it fans out type of thing?
Well, it had just passed over the most of the state of Florida, so they were on an outer band, but it was beautiful out. I mean, no turbulence, nothing. We didn't have that many passengers that were on board the aircraft. No one was in a big rush going down to Florida.
Yeah, not too many crazy ass go through the storm.
No, and we didn't have that many coming out, but we actually went right in. We landed, no problems, no turbulence again, and we got right out of there, and we headed up north again.
Cool.
So ended up going 3 legs and didn't get home till late at night, which is no fun because you know how I like to do the turns, and that turn ended up to a triangle. But again, that's what we do. Hey, we got to put our big boy pants on, and we got to get out there, and we got to just make the trips happen. That's about it.
Yeah, man. Well, while you were out there flying and everything, me and the wife got into a car crash.
What happened with you?
Man, we were sitting here. My niece, my great niece, she had a little. You ever heard of Flat Stanley?
Oh yeah, that little like a doll thing, right?
So she has a class project, and her class project was she made a Flat Stanley, but instead of calling it Stanley, she named it after herself, so it became a Flat Reagan. So we were on assignment.
What did Reagan look like? Because if I'm thinking of Reagan, you know what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. No. Not that Reagan. Reagan's a little 7-year-old girl that is, my sweet little niece. And she was this little flat paper doll, instead of a boy, it's a girl, right? But it was Flat Reagan. And we were on assignment to take Flat Reagan around the Ohio area. And so the wife, she's always over the top, and they got to do everything for the nieces and nephew. And so we were taking Reagan out to all the sites in Cleveland that day, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all that. We were just doing pictures, all the stadiums, everything. And so we were stopped, getting ready. There's a guy in front of me. He's taking a left-hand turn, and there's a car behind me. And I look in my rearview mirror, and all I hear is wheels squeaking, and boom. It was a female. She hits this guy behind me. She hits him so hard that he slams into the back of us. And we're all now in a 3-car pileup. And the guy that turns into the left just kind of turns in and goes about his business. But luckily, not a lot of damage for my vehicle. And, I'm sad to say my BMW is injured right now. But... the question, G knows I love my BMW.
I can't even talk about that. That's unbelievable. I mean, he's got a golf cart looks like a BMW.
Yeah, we are a BMW family. But besides that, I mean, this accident was so crazy because the guy behind me was he was handicapped, and he was an older gentleman, like 80s. I'd run out of my car. I'd, go over to the guy and check him out. Are you okay? The guy's sitting there and he can't breathe. He's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And he's pointing to the seatbelt. So I literally reach into the car, push the seatbelt, and the seatbelt pops. And he all of a sudden gasps for air. Oh, thank you. And so I'm like, are you okay? Okay. But he was just so shook up. He couldn't even barely talk. So then I'm trying to can you get out of the car? Does the car start? He's like, it won't start. It's broke. He just not talking straight. And so I'm trying to get him out of the car. And he's like, well, I have a walker. So now I'm in traffic. We're holding up traffic. I'm getting this guy out of the car, gets his walker out of the car, and we got to take him across the street in the walker. And my wife is calling 911 at the same time because she doesn't know what's going on with the whole car. It was just accidents are so, everybody's startled, traumatized, trying to figure, but everybody in this accident was actually okay.
So everybody was fine?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay, more important with that, did you get a picture with Reagan in it?
Flat
You know I was going to
Reagan.
ask you.
Yeah,
You had to get Flat Reagan. I mean, you took her all the way around. Why didn't you have her in the accident?
Yeah, we should have put Reagan in an accident. That would have been a priceless moment, but we did not do that. Man.
You could have held her
so
hand.
bummed out
The
about
guy
that.
could have held her hand right next to your wrecked BMW.
I still have my wrecked BMW. I can still do the picture with her.
Okay, well, you're
We
going to have
did
to
send
do
her
that
back.
one.
We sent her back.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, but she got to go down to we went to the Guardian Stadium, we went to the Brown Stadium, we went down to the Rock Hall of Fame. We took her out, a picture on the lake. But Flat Reagan had a great time.
So, yeah, you taking Reagan around. Okay, let me tell you what happened with me. So, I normally do turns.
Yeah.
So I'm laying over at this hotel, and I'm getting on the van. We're heading back over to the airport. Now, people ask me all the time, "Are you afraid to fly?"
Yeah, we get that a lot.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
Are you afraid to fly? My answer, no, I'm not afraid to fly. Let me explain to you why. I got my rear end in that van the other morning. That guy, let me tell you something. He was all over the place.
Oh, man.
The van seats were arm-rolled, I swear, because my butt was sliding all over the place. And he was jerking. This is only a 3-minute ride. And I'm sitting there thinking, this man's going to kill us. I mean, I was sliding on those seats like Bo Duke does on General Lee.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, ground transportation for our flight crews are just like so sketchy sometimes. And we get into these vans and we just don't know who we're going to be, driving us back. We trust the establishment that's been set up for us. But I mean, we get in here and all of us as flight crew members have been there. The scary ass van driver that's just speeding.
It's only 3 freaking minutes. All he has is 3 minutes to take us to the damn airport. This guy's jerking back and forth. It's real early in the morning. This girl's over on the left-hand side of me. I don't even know her, but I slid over, almost ended up in her lap.
Yeah, you got to know her real quick.
Oh, I was like, damn, what is this guy keeps jerking back and forth. And then right when we're just about ready to pull up to the airport, I'm sitting there telling these people, I'm like, they asked me if I'm worried about flying. I'm worried about getting this damn van with this guy. And all of a sudden he just jerks, and there we go again. We jerked again to the left and jerked to the right. And how did he give these guys a driver's license?
Yeah, man, it is. I have no idea, but those van drives can be very scary at times. And I mean, I've talked to every crew member I know has all had that moment where they're like, I need to call the company. I need to talk to this is dangerous. It is. We're putting our lives in other people's hands, and I guess they do that with us too. But
this guy couldn't drive, Sean. He was horrible. Man, let me tell you, this guy was horrible. The girl that was next to me, this was funny, because you know how we always say that we don't know our crew? We usually pick up a crew member.
Sure.
Okay, she was our load flight attendant going on the trip that day. So it's a big shout out to Michelle. She was a younger flight attendant, and a lot of times, younger flight attendants, they get like a bad rap. Michelle was an awesome flight attendant.
That's good.
She was spot on. I mean, that girl, she was a great crew member. But the funny thing about it is I told her, I said, we didn't know each other. I just about ended up in your damn lap. It was, that was crazy. That was just the trip to the freaking airport. Unbelievable.
Yeah, ground transportation.
6 o'clock in the morning, man. You're not supposed to slide like that at 6 a.m.
Yeah, and this isn't, today's transportation is not like in the old days. The old days, I remember running around in like limos. Actual like stretch limos would pull up and pick us up as crews. They used to treat us so much better when we were in the past.
But they jack up 3-minute drive, Sean. 3 minutes. How can you jack up 3-minute drive? I could have walked there, felt a hell of a lot safer, but 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But okay, as soon as we got in the airport, let me tell you exactly what drives me crazy that all the airlines do.
Oh, I know where this is going.
They take their boarding process and they run it all the way through the terminal area. straight across.
Yeah, this is like the I don't even know how cities like allow this. Like there should be like a fire marshal or something like that because they're blocking the entire concourse.
The whole damn way.
You can't get by. I mean, you're asking me like, excuse me, just to get through you're going to a gate beyond that gate. It is it's ridiculous how airlines let that just happen. Like mobs of people, they need a little bit more order to it, right?
All the airlines do. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. They'll sit there and they'll start boarding, and all these people will go completely across the whole concourse. No one can get through. Now, people are trying to rush to get to their planes. Some people are going to baggage claim, but they got the whole concourse blocked.
Yeah. You know what? Thinking about this too, it's like airport to airport. So certain airports are way better than other airports. Like we're in Cleveland, and Cleveland Airport's small airport. And they block the entire concourse. But then when you go to some of these newer terminals, they've now taken those lines and slapped them up against the windows. So now they are like, I think they're like addressing the problem, but they're not like, all these older airports still don't have a clue.
Well, we must be flying to the whole lot of older ass airports because I walk into that thing all the time. Every time I go in there, this big line of people, and all we got to do is weave through this, and all the passengers feel the same way. They got to weave through the same line that we do.
Yeah. To answer your question, we're old and we are flying at older airports.
Yeah. It drives me absolutely crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, all these just like the other thing is like those fast food or food establishments in the airport. I mean, it is like they do the exact same, the Dunkin' Donut line that goes all the way across the whole terminal, and everybody stands in a line straight across the terminal instead of like bending down the terminal. Why is that?
That's exactly what I wonder all the time, because if I'm a person, I want to get out of somebody's way.
Yeah.
I don't want to stand in their way.
No.
These people, the line goes straight across, and then they look at you like, what's your problem? You're breaking up the line here.
Yeah, you got to I mean, every time I stand in those lines, I'm trying to influence people to bend the line around to get the hell out of the way, right?
And they never do.
Yeah, they just stand there it's weird.
It is. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But another thing that happens all the time.
What's that?
You see these people that they'll watch programs on their laptops or their iPads.
Oh man, this is just out of control. Everybody gets on that plane. They have their laptop, they have their iPad, whatever their device is that they're carrying to entertain themselves, and they start watching these shows. And on those shows, there's there's a lot of nudity on shows today.
Yeah.
And we're in public spaces. I mean, you have families traveling. You have all these people, younger people that are traveling. And here's this guy watching, Game of Thrones, and it's the sex scene with the witch. Why is this happening on the plane?
Yeah, they don't care if someone else is watching this, and there could be a young boy, young girl right there, and you're right, they're showing a lot of nudity on it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, have you had people on the plane actually watching porn?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's
I'll stop that though. I mean, if I see that, I stop that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. How do you find that acceptable that you can be in a public space and flip on some porn?
Like I said, when you're walking past these people and they're watching these movies, and you see a mother that maybe is a row behind them, and they got their kids and their eyes are just completely bugged out.
Yeah, we get the call bells on those sometimes where they're like, can you ask that person to please turn off their device or whatever, or stop watching the show that they're watching, because it gets out of control. People aren't conscious of everybody that's around them. They get on there and this is back to our previous episode. Put those headphones on, tune us out, get in their world, and they think they're just in their little bubble.
Yeah, but nothing's better than when those headsets become unplugged and everybody can hear the sex scenes that's going on in the row.
Oh man, yeah. Then the once the or the guy that's sitting there that hasn't connected the Bluetooth and it's going on.
Yeah.
And you hear the moaning, all this. Come on.
Everybody else is looking around like this guy has no idea that everybody can now
idea.
hear his movie.
Yeah, yeah. And it's usually some like little grandma or something like that tapping him on the shoulder. Sir.
Yeah, there's moaning. There's moaning going on in there.
I think this is inappropriate.
Exactly. That bunch of naked women on that thing. That is absolutely crazy. I know, and you think in today, because you are so close with that, you think that they'd probably be a little bit more aware and not do it.
Yeah. People, they don't care. I mean, honestly, people just don't care about people around them. Like they get on that plane, they sit in the seats, they, recline. They do all this crazy stuff, like plug in all their devices. They got cords everywhere. Like it's insane. But we deal with them. This is the public, right?
Yeah, all the time. We deal with all kinds of situations, but this one I've been waiting for a while.
I know where this is going.
Well, we were going to hold back on this one because everybody always asks this question about flight attendants.
Oh, yeah. What's the question? Just give me the question.
The Mile High Club.
Yep. Have you ever seen anybody?
Have you ever been in it? Yeah,
Right.
saying that one.
Right. We're going to plead the fifth on everything about this subject matter, but we're going to tell you about the experiences that we've seen on the plane.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this to you today, because I just flown with a flight attendant. Every time that I fly, I'm always asking everyone, give me your craziest story. Tell me something.
Yeah.
Because this is what we do. This is what cabin pressure is. It's actually all the stories of flight attendants, not just me and Sean, but it's flight attendant stories. And this one was unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. Set up the story here. When and where did this happen?
Okay, so they were coming in an evening flight. This was just a couple of days ago. So this is not happened years ago. This is a couple of days ago. So they were coming in. It was like not a red eye flight, but an evening flight, and everybody was quiet. They had their headphones on, and they're all in tune to their stuff. And one of the flight attendants noticed that there's some sound that was going on in the lavatory in the back.
Yeah. Yep.
So
this is typical for a night. It normally happens on red eyes, evening flights. Yeah, all that stuff. Anytime when there's going to be a more higher level of alcohol involved too.
Well, she didn't know what to do. She called her crew members and she was like, I don't know what to do. Should I stop them? I mean, should I knock on the door? What should I do? And they're like, well, let her finish.
They were like, let them finish. Yeah. Wait. Was this like a area consensus? Did they like ask the passengers around them, or this was from the crew?
They had no idea what was going on around them because they had their headphones on. They were watching a movie.
Sure.
So they had, they had no idea. Only the crew knew what was going on back there.
Gotcha.
And she was back there and she's like, I just didn't know what to do. She goes, I was standing there and it was all this noise was coming on from this. And she goes, oh my God, I didn't know what to do. So all of a sudden the noise stopped and then the latch opens up.
Yep.
And the walk of shame starts. Right?
Yeah. First of all, we're all trying to figure out who is it and who's in that bathroom.
Yeah, and here's the best part, because you're thinking this coming out, it's going to be some young girl, some young guy sitting there going, oh yeah, just join the Mile High Club,
Always.
Yeah, what you going to do about it? Nope.
Who was it?
This 70-some-year-old woman and her husband comes out of the lavatory. She starts fixing her hair.
Yeah, so we were having a bucket list Mile High Club event.
He's fixing his pants. She touches her on the shoulder and says, honey, that's the Mile High Club.
That is perfect. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I mean, okay, it's nasty. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody, that bathroom is bad, but Let me tell you something. That killed me. You know, they checked off the bucket list.
Oh yeah, you know it. I mean, just to think about that, like you're bringing up the cleanliness of the lavatories. I mean,
Yeah, but forget that. That's your grandparents.
yeah, I don't have a bucket list to become, have sex in a freaking outhouse. I mean, that's what you're doing. It's so nasty.
But it's like grandma and grandpa. I told you before, old people, man, they will do anything. They don't care. And this just proved it. And we had to save the starting of the Mile High Club with a mid-70s couple that went in there and checked one off the bucket list.
Yeah, this happens all the time on the plane. I mean, I don't have enough fingers or toes on my hands or feet to name all the times that I've encountered this on the plane.
But don't you think back in the day, though? I mean, back in the day, years ago, it happened all the time.
Yeah, well, back in the day, it was because we had less people, right?
Right, but it still happened all the time.
It happened all the time. And I mean, you would always see people like, especially, red-eye flights. G and I did so much red-eye flying back in the day. I mean, with seniority, you fly different types of flights. And our red-eye period of our career, that was...
And they didn't contain it to the lavatory either.
No. They would be like, I mean, that's what happened with me. One of the stories that I have is, we were on a red-eye flight and there's this young couple and we're coming in, we were doing like a transcon type of thing, LA to New York or some of that. And this couple's in the back and they get on and they're having a good time and they're talking and they just introduce themselves to each other. And I just so happened to like overhear this whole conversation because they're being like, very cheerful and outgoing and all this stuff. And they're talking and, service comes and we bring them out and they start drinking and all this stuff. And later on in the flight, we turn off the lights in the cabin, trying to get everybody to go to sleep, all that good stuff. Next thing you know, we're sitting in the back of the galley, us crew, and we get that call bell. And I walk out an aisle. I'm like, what's going on here? So, you carefully walk down the aisle because the cabin's pitch dark and try not to trip on anybody and their legs and arms sticking out. That's a whole nother stuff we can talk about. And I get to this, and there's this family and this mom with her kids and sitting across the row from this couple. And she says, excuse me, but can you address what's happening across the aisle? I don't think this is appropriate for my kids to see. And I turn around, it's dark. I turn around and all you see is a blanket and it's bobbing up and down. And the blanket's going up and down. And he's not sitting by himself, okay? There's somebody else under that blanket. And I literally tap the person that's in the blanket. I tap them, and I'm like, and she flips off that freaking blanket, and she's like, excuse me? And I'm like, yeah, excuse me. You need to take this some other place. This is not the appropriate place. I said, you have a family across the aisle. Stop. And she's like, oh, I didn't think we were bothering anybody.
That's a funny thing about with the Mile High Club is these people, they get themselves in these situations and then you go in to put a stoppage on it and they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Like we're offending them.
We're not done.
Yeah, we're not done. This is our time.
Well, hey, there was one time these two they were drinking years ago, and they were both pretty much they were kind of trashed a little bit, and so they were making out, which wasn't too cool. But when you came back through, they must have been like really going at it with each other because when we came back, they both passed out. Okay. But here's where you got to wake them up because her shirt was down.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode of like inappropriate clothing on board the aircraft. I mean, the exposing of body parts on airplanes is just ridiculous.
Oh my God. Her shirt was completely open. There you are. You're looking at two breasts looking right in your face. So you're like, excuse me, you got to put them away.
Yeah.
You can't have those out.
Yeah. It's one thing if your mom nursing your child But she wasn't nursing.
No, there was no kid involved, Sean. The only one that was that drunk guy right next to her. No, no kid was
alcohol is the
involved.
root to all evil.
But there was tons of flight attendant stories.
Oh man, yeah. You know what? This is not exclusive to just passengers. Flight attendants are a little bit crazy, and those stories out there with the flight attendants joining the Mile High Club as well has happened.
Now there was a guy I know, he's no longer here.
All right,
and probably because it's because some of this what happened, but he goes into the bathroom with a passenger.
Yeah, with a passenger.
A passenger, yeah. He told
that he
me
just met
on a plane. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, on a plane. I mean, we got some stupid people too, Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some stupid people that we work with too.
Woo.
So, but anyway, he goes into the lavatory. The whole crew leaves the galley
Yeah.
because he's in there with this passenger.
Oh my.
Now, I guess it's
Crew cover up.
it wasn't no cover up.
Right.
He says it was getting crazy in there.
Oh.
All right, and he said he's sweating and everything, but anyway. He gets finished, and he opens the door. When he cracks the door open, he said he looked out. There was like a row of 9 passengers with their arms folded, and he's
Upset with the whole situation.
He started freaking out, and he didn't know what to do. And here's this girl in there, and he said that. So he was like, I had to jump. He goes, I jumped out of the lavatory. I went back into the galley, threw the curtain shut. And he goes, I just stayed there. And I said, well, what'd you do with her? And he goes, I have no idea what happened to her. He goes, I just went in the back and pulled the curtain shut. And I said, well, what'd you do with the rest of the flight? And he goes, I didn't leave the galley. I said, well, what'd your crew say? And he goes, they wouldn't talk to me.
They wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah, he ended up, but the funny thing about it, he did get pulled in.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got pulled in because they had a bunch.
And pulled in, we mean by management needed to talk to him.
Yeah, so he did get pulled in, but it was amazing about this. Here's the funny part of the story. He's kept his job.
Wow.
You know how he kept his job?
No.
They couldn't prove what he's doing in there.
Nobody confessed up. And those row passengers, nobody read a letter or anything like that?
Yeah, the girl didn't. The girl wouldn't go and verify what he was doing in there, so they couldn't fire him. So he actually kept his job, and later on he did another stupid thing, which led to his termination.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take long. People like that. You know how that goes. They have a trail, and that leads to their termination.
There is a long list of promiscuous flight attendants that I've been flying with over the years. I mean, they have like some flight attendants can get really out of control with all this stuff. I mean, and it doesn't always happen just exclusively on the plane. They meet people here and boom, layovers are layovers, right? Where anything's possible. But yeah, this is like a crazy phenomena, I guess, with the flight crew. But this is not, Mile High Club is not exclusive to just the passengers.
No, it goes to the flight crew too. But let me tell you, if you take that risk, if you run that gamut, just realize you're going to end up like him, and you're going to be out on the street because it will not take long.
Well, and also in today's world, the flight crews all react differently. So you might end up talking to law enforcement at the end of the flight.
Well, you got telephones too, so there's video.
Right.
So you're gonna be in trouble with the video part of that. So the Mile High Club, it is funny. Don't get me wrong, but it could cost you your employment, and that's your choice. But it's pretty comical.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. So, gee, what are we talking about today as far as our destination?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa. Man, we've been onto all these like international destinations, all this stuff. I mean, there's so many crews out there. We all fly to these little smaller towns and stuff.
I love those small towns, though.
Yeah, the small towns are so cool. I mean, those are, everybody thinks of a flight attendant as like, we're going to these great vacation resort type of places. Those are the places. But we really, most most of our flights are all to these little small towns.
Man, do you remember when we first opened up? We used to lay over in Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Little bitty, there was nobody there. There was like one little nightclub bar there that we went there and we all hung out there and we had a great time in that little nightclub over there.
There's so many spots that are just like these little teeny spots, but Des Moines, Iowa is not teeny. The state capital is there in Des Moines, Iowa. I mean, I love Des Moines, Iowa because, believe it or not, they have a freaking unbelievable culinary collection there of restaurants. My favorite restaurant that I found, another one, just like Little Miss Barbecue, I found this restaurant called Bubba's. If you are in Des Moines, Iowa, you've got to get to the Bubba's. I'm telling you right now, this food is out of control. If you like Southern food, I mean, Bubba's food is this Southern, it's this little quaint little restaurant right in the middle of downtown. And you just wouldn't think that Southern cooking is going to be in Des Moines, Iowa. But I'm talking about, they specialize in buttermilk fried chicken is their number one thing there.
That would be incredible.
I'm talking like gigantic chicken breasts, double breaded. They're just delicious. But I stopped in there on a layover and because you know me, I'm always looking for good food. And I got in there and I had back-to-back layovers. So I had it, 2 days after, it was a 2-day trip, whatever. And so I had the same layover 2 days later. Well, Bubba's was there the next time I laid over as well. And I went right back because the food was so delicious. It was out of this world. Got to talking to the patrons in there, some other people that were sitting around the tables. We were all just talking about the food, how amazing it was. But they had a dessert there out of this world. If you like Bananas Foster's?
I like Bananas everything.
Bananas everything. But Bananas Foster's is like one of my wife and I's favorite dessert. I mean, if a restaurant has Bananas Foster's, it's unbelievable. But they had a Bananas Foster's that was on a waffle. I'm talking freaking ice cream, caramel, bananas dripping off of this Belgian waffle. Like, oh, wow, dude. It was out of control. I
love about Southern cooking is like the Southern gravy.
Yeah. All that, like the sauces. I mean, it's all comfort food, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, unbelievable. The other thing that I really like to do that in these little towns like that, we visit a lot of cities that are state capitals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
it is like one of my favorite things to do is just go visit state capitals. I mean, state capitals are pretty interesting, like all the history behind them and everything. Des Moines Capitol is one that's been renovated recently. You don't want to miss going to the state capitals. It's free. I mean, it's all public property. So you can go in these places, you can watch them do their legislation, all this stuff. Every time if I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska, freaking Des Moines, Sacramento, California, you guys got to check out all these capitals. It is out of control, like just so interesting. Not to mention all the people that are there.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people miss that is they miss the history of a place.
Yeah,
because they'll go there, but they really don't find out anything really about it. No.
I try to get out on my layovers and I go out there and explore and find out about the people in the area and, who they are, what they are, because everybody gets these small towns get bad rap, right?
Yeah.
But that's really the heart of our country.
Yeah. And again, their food is incredible. I mean, I remember years ago, we'd fly into some of these places and these little bitty places, they had like that red beans and rice. Remember that?
Yeah.
All that comfort food in those small towns, man, that was incredible.
Yeah. Des Moines is that small town that you definitely have a lot of food in there. I mean, I'm telling you about one restaurant, but there is a whole list of restaurants and they're all located downtown area, really nice metropolitan area of Des Moines, Iowa. The other thing that's there is Papa John's. Everybody's familiar with Papa John's. Papa John
pizza.
Yeah, they have a sculpture park there downtown where they donated 40 different sculptures down there on 4.4 acres. It's a beautiful park. You should definitely get out, check out the Papa John Sculpture Park.
Very cool. And along with that is we always like to end our shows with a quote, but today we thought we'd change it up a little bit. We'd have a little bit of a life tip.
Yeah, life tips I think are super important. I mean, we as flight attendants need to stay healthy, right?
It's the most important thing.
We need to really focus on ourself, our time, all that stuff. And these are 7 tips to increase your energy, your life, make it healthier, happier, more productive life. And these 7 tips are this. So 1, eat nourishing food.
That's even for the passengers coming on board too, because remember, when you do fly, make sure that you're eating something good before you get on a plane.
Yeah. I mean, don't be that person that comes on a plane that think that the snack box or the food that's on the plane is going to be amazing and that we're going to give you some type of culinary experience, because plane food is last.
You're going to blow up like a balloon.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, you're going to blow up. Okay, sleep 7 to 8 hours per night.
Yeah.
Get your sleep in.
Turn off your electronic devices. Get some sleep. I mean, your whole life is going to change if you keep to a regiment where you're getting that 7 to 8 hours sleep. And the older you get, a lot of people's problem in the United States is that we have sleep problems, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know G is not a big sleeper.
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, you actually need sleep, but let me tell you something about with my sleep is that I really don't think about sleeping, so I sleep deep. And so I go to sleep right away. I really don't require a lot of sleep.
Yeah. And I'm the opposite. I'm the bear. I mean, I can drop 8-9 hours, no problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just that guy. But the other thing, like G and I do, keep company of good people.
Positive. Everything, that I think that's probably one of the most important things. I say it all the time, is that life itself, it gets a little tough every once in a while, but who you're around and who you
affiliate
with is probably one of the most important things, because even when you go to work, it's incredible how fast your day goes when you are with really, really positive, good people.
Yeah, people that want to boost you as well as you want to boost them. I mean that's the whole thing behind your circle of friends. You should have friends that support you, help you. I mean, I'm the one that I'm a military brat, grew up all over the world, and my friends are super important to me, because my family is spread out all over. I don't have one location, a city or a place where I say this is home, except for now I call Northeast Ohio home. But it's like I didn't have that one place that was home, so I don't have this whole community of friends that I go back and see my high school friends. My friends are important to me, so I pick them very wisely.
Absolutely.
And, yeah. Anyways, the other thing that we would recommend too is avoid news overdose.
That is a big one, because it's so negative these days.
No, right now in the culture that we're on right now, the politics and the election going on right now, all the stuff that's creating this very divisive world that we're living in right now, you just need to turn it off.
Turn it off. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah. Ignore it. Turn it off. Go to a good,
Go for a walk.
Book. Go for a walk. Read a book. Have a good conversation with a friend or a stranger. Anything. Just, turn off the news.
Now I'm going to tell you about this next one, exercise. Yeah. Because I'm a big one on this. Even before we came here, I was up at the gym. I was there at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I get my workouts in. Very important. It's like I said, it's basically my church. It's where I exercise those demons, and you get them out.
G is the exerciseaholic. I mean, he went from. I've known this man for a long time. I'm going to tell you, G was not always the exercise fan, but I'm telling you, in this last 20 years or so or plus, he has been focused on nothing but his health and exercise. I mean, he wants to be, that's part of his religion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's really important that you get up and you do something, because the most important thing in life is movement. because if you stop moving, believe me, you start dying. So get moving, get out there, exercise, get your body moving, and you're going to feel a ton better.
Yeah, move while you can, because I'm telling you, like the older you get, the more you're unable to do all the things that you wanted to do. And whether we're 20 or we're 60 or older, whatever, you just, seize the moment.
And last thing, do something meaningful each day.
Absolutely. Do some positive in this world. Everybody should just, do one thing every day. Be that Girl Scout, Boy Scout, that mentality of like helping that person across the road, assisting somebody, opening a door for somebody, doing those tasks that, makes our communities a good place to live.
Absolutely.
Everybody should be doing something good every day.
Well, everyone, it's been a great, podcast today. I wanted to tell you guys again, thank you very much. We went past 1,000 downloads.
1,000 downloads last night. It was like just crazy. We really appreciate all of our fans that are out there that are helping us, boosting us, and enjoying listening to us on all these different subjects that we're talking about. If you have any ideas, all this stuff, let us know. We're happy to talk about them. I mean, we're always searching for more material to, that people want to hear. So if you have something we want special that you just specifically want, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And realize this, if you see me out there, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to ask you, because this is what we do. This is not just about me and Sean. So you guys take care, fly safe, and we will see you next time on Cabin Pressure.
Next time on Cabin Pressure. Thank you for listening to Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Then share us with just one friend. Now go out and live a happier, healthier, and more productive life.